Hello everybody. So last week I was on vacation and I decided to make a workspace for myself. This was full of all kinds of stuff from another project that I no longer am doing for radio stations, and now I've got my own little workspace. Still not much room, but better than living room floor, you know. Today what I'm doing is trying to fix some problems I've had with my Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL for a while, that after taking to Reddit I learned, these problems may be my fault. And if following in the, I'm going to back up a little bit, following in the, being someone from an IT background, having to Google research solutions, I thought, in the spirit of if I've had the problem, someone else has probably had the problem, so that's why I'm making this video, to show you what I've learned and what I'm going to do to hopefully fix this. So if anyone's watched previous videos, they may have heard me mention that this Traxxas Rustler, which was the first actual big brand hobby grade RC we got, I put these Proline Badland MX. Put these tires on this thing. Love these tires. They make such a nice, beautiful thump sound when they land. They absorb a lot of the impact, so they kind of work together well with the shocks to absorb force. However, after putting these on, which I put these on like a week or two after getting the car, so I never really got a good baseline of driving the car completely stock, I was breaking drive shafts like crazy. And we stopped driving this thing. And I got this for my son, because we first got him the DRC 200E, which is the Hot Pocket, which is now slightly dead until I get a new ESC. So yeah, we were breaking drive shafts all the time, oftentimes without even doing any bashing or jumping. We would just literally full throttle from a stop, do a burnout, or try to pop a wheelie, standing back flips, because these tires, they got grip. In the grass, they will rocket you crazy. I could do standing backflip in the grass with these things. I've come to realize that my constantly breaking drive shafts were this was a very major contributing factor, I think. These are heavy. These are really heavy, really big. So what I've done is I've already taken these off, and I've put on, well, I don't know how well these will work. These are the Hyrax knockoffs that came stock on my FMS, or Rock Hobby Atlas 4x4. They're crawler tires, yes. They're not roll gummy. I mean, I may just put these Traxxas Anacondas on, which I've used before. I'm trying these Hyraxes first because, these are great, but they're more street tires, so I'm not going to really be able to do much in the grass with these. And the only 1/10 tires I have besides the Anacondas are these Hyrax knockoffs, which now I've got the real thing on this car. I've got Predator Hyraxes, and man, I love these guys. But that's not the focus of the video. The focus of the video is the Rustler. So I already switched these out. Next, what I want to do is I'm going to tighten up the slipper clutch, because in order to compensate for my constantly breaking drive shafts, last time I switched out the spur gear, I decided, you know what, let me just loosen the slipper clutch like crazy to hopefully save money on drive shafts, because we were spending a fortune on drive shafts. And it did work. I haven't broken a drive shaft since then, but unfortunately, since my slipper clutch is so loose, if I, floor this thing, so to speak, you can hear the slipper clutch bzzz the whole time, because it's slipping so much so that I don't have much wheel spin. So now that I've switched these tires out, I'm going to tighten that slipper clutch up. I was recommended to tighten it completely full and then back off a quarter turn. I'm going to start with that. Eventually down the line, I may get some Techno M6 drive shafts, because MIPS, well, I'd love to have MIPS are expensive, and baby on the way, all that, so I gotta think about it a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. Alright, first thing we're going to do is remove the cover for the motor spur pinion. Oh, and this goes without saying, but keep track of your screws. Yeah, I don't have any power tools, but these get the job done. Oh, it looks like our battery's done, so we're ready to drive it when we're done. Alright, with those screws off, this should just come right off. And now we have our spur and pinion. I believe we got to take this guy off though to get to that slipper. Alright, word of warning when taking out the screw holding the motor in place. Watch out for this little guy. This thing fell in my lap and on the floor somewhere, and I was about to give up, but I found it. Okay, I did most of this off camera, and you probably don't really need to remove the motor. I just did that anyways. But you're going to be taking the grub screw out of the drive shaft and get the whole rear wheels off. Then we just got to pull this guy out, and then we'll do the slipper. And once you get that grub out and everything, the slipper, this assembly should just come right out like that. There you go. Now we got the piece we're looking at. This little screw here is the screw in question that we need to tighten / loosen. All right, so here's the slipper clutch. This little screw here, or nut, not screw. That's what we need. So right now, yeah, I got to loosen a lot. So we just need to, I'm going to start out by tightening it all the way. That's pretty tight. I'm going to back off a quarter turn, so let's just line this up. Quarter is going to be about like that. Honestly, I'm going to do a half because, hey, I'm sick of drive shafts breaking, so let's go there. And if I need to, I'll tighten it a little more. Now let's put this thing back in. Naturally, you're going to want to put the thingamajig back on the slipper, back on the clutch. We'll put the grub screw in and get the whole thing put back together. I won't. I'll spare you the details of that though. All right, next we're just going to put these back together. Carefully kind of fit these in. Yeah, the camera, then my tires probably hit the camera, but and I dropped something. Yeah, I may have to do this off the camera. It's too cumbersome, but I'll magic it back together. All right, got it back together. Let's just make sure everything is meshed well and everything. Ooh, look at this. These tires don't work. Those wheel hubs are running right against the wheels. So it looks like Anacondas is gonna be, oh jeez. Yeah, it looks like I gotta put Anacondas on here. These Hyrexes are not gonna work. How comical would that be? I'm not doing it, but that'll be funny. Okay, there we go. Got them swapped out. Let's take a look at this and see how things are going. Oh yeah, now we got steering. It's much better. No more binding. Let's see how the mesh is going. Well, nothing broke. Left a nice little tire mark though. I christened the new workspace. So in a little bit we'll take it out and we'll see how it goes. Alright, it is raining right now, but that's not going to stop me. Everyone's talking about how it's cold and going to get wet soon and everyone's going to be indoor crawling. I'm going to keep on driving because, hey, what's the point of having a waterproof car if you're not going to drive in the rain? Yeah. That was cool.